Hello viewers and welcome to another Doctor Who episode review, and today I'm reviewing The Woman Who Fell to Earth, which is the first episode of Series 11. So this is like basically a big introduction to the new Doctor, the new era, like the head writer, whole new monsters, new sonic screwdriver, new theme tune, new TARDIS, all them sorts of things. And it's a really sort of like a big thing, this first episode, especially for Chris Chibnall, because he really wants this to be like a big success, because in the previous series with Peter Capaldi, unfortunately the ratings have gone down, so this has had to be very simple, not too complicated, and just a really good opening for Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. And I think this episode does that. It's not the best episode, but I think it's a very good sort of like introduction to the new Doctor. Before I go into reviewing the episode, I'm going to say that there is some spoilers, obviously, because it's not going to be a spoiler-free review, because there's a lot of them out there. I'm just going to go full into the spoilers and all that, so if you haven't seen it, then you best go and watch the episode before you listen to any reviews. So, where to start? First of all, it's different. I mean, we're used to sort of like, oh yeah, we know what the classic series is like. We've seen the Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat episodes, but Chris Chibnall, how will he carry on Doctor Who? And it's completely different. It's got a whole new feel to it, like more cinematic. Everyone speaks Yorkshire because it's from Sheffield, which is a bit weird for me, especially because obviously I'm Yorkshire, if you can tell by my voice, and it's very weird for like Doctor Who episodes with people like Yorkshire and all that. So it's a bit weird. So that's probably the main bit. It's different to any other Doctor Who episode. Just the way it feels. It's more of like cinematic, because they're using like new 2:1 cameras, whatever they are, to make it more like a more TV movie kind of sort of feeling. So I think that's good. I think it works well. So what to say on this story? So basically, let's see. Let's run through it. So, oh yeah, we've got Ryan, who's Ryan Sinclair, played by Tossinkle, who's on YouTube, and we automatically think that's the Doctor, his inspiration, and obviously at the end of the episode we find out it's actually his nan who died, who I actually thought was a regular cast member. I didn't think she'd be in the TARDIS, part of the TARDIS crew, but I thought that she'd recur through the series, and she's died, so I guess I'm wrong. So that starts off with YouTube, and he's on his bike, and he gets a bit frustrated, and he's got some sort of disability, which is quite good to highlight that, because there haven't been any companions that I can think of that have had something like a disability kind of. So I think that's good how he's got his own story, and is very close, or he was very close to his mother and his nan. So I think he's like a good character to start with. I will obviously know more things as we go through the series. So, and then he meets his school friend Yasmin Khan, or Yaz, played by Mandip Gill. I thought that her sort of story were really well executed. How she's a police officer, and it was quite natural that she wanted a better job, and she was a bit bored with what she was doing, and then she just sort of like discovered this ship sort of pod thing, and she obviously doesn't know what it is or anything, and it's quite good how she'll sort of like asking like the chief of the police, like, is there anything different or anything, So it's quite what's the word now? Foreshadowing that obviously she's going to be joining the Doctor. So we don't know much about her character just yet, but I think we will later on in the series. We've obviously got Bradley Walsh's character, the last member of the TARDIS team, who is Ryan's step granddad. Yeah, I think that's right. We don't know too much about him. We know that he met Ryan's nan when she was like nursing him because he had cancer, which is quite sad for his character really. But I have heard, I don't know whether this is going to be true or anything, but later on in the series we'll find out that Bradley's not all is not a character all that he seems to be. He's got like more of a darker past, but we'll soon get on to seeing that, I suppose. So these three companions so far have sort of like their own stories, and it's nothing too complicated so far, so that's good. And let's move on to the Doctor. So Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor, and I thought she did a great job, to be honest. So we know how she fell from the sky. She crashed down onto the train. Really great sort of entrance, and so like was trying to find out who she was again, which quite a few Doctors now have tried to do. Like, and then at the end of the episode, it like she knows that she's the Doctor, and that actually, before I say anything else, that ending when she was "I am the Doctor," it kind of reminded me of the 11th Hour. When Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, was in front of the Atraxia and he went, "I'm the Doctor." So that kind of reminded me of that. So she was really good. She was post regeneration, so she acted a bit weird, funny at times. She seems like proper Yorkshire Doctor, and she says it how it is, kind of. She don't like with the rest of the Doctors, like think stuff and they don't always come out with it, if you know what I mean. She sort of like says it how it is. So I think that's a really good sort of like thing about her, how she says it how it is, and she's quite, I wouldn't say emotional. She hasn't gone really emotional because she's a woman or anything, but you can tell that she's got feelings for her soon-to-be companions. Like when she heard about Graham, as played by Bradley Walsh, his sort of story with his cancer and how he met Ryan's nan. It was you could see that she had an emotion, and so I think that's also really good. She made a sonic screwdriver, which is different. I don't think we've ever seen that before. A Doctor make their own screwdriver, which is, I don't know whether I like it. It's alright. It's pretty cool, I suppose. But I'm just not used to seeing that. But it's pretty cool how she just made it, I suppose. And the screwdriver looks great, by the way. I wasn't so sure when I first saw it in the first sort of pictures, but it's alright now. I'm getting used to it. The monsters in this, obviously new. I kind of screwed my face up when that blue guy revealed his mask and there had teeth in him. It sort of made me cringe, and I nearly looked away. It was disgusting, but his sort of costume design were really good, really solid. And I think he was quite a good villain, to be honest. Probably not going to be a really memorable one, but from his face, he probably is for me. It did freak me out a bit. And then you also had that wiry creature, electric creature, which obviously they used like Earth as sort of like a battleground, because they were like hunting each other down and all that sort of stuff, and it was it was quite not weird, but a different sort of thing to have like two different monsters and fighting on Earth. I know it's happened before. I can't think of one in my head right now, but yeah, I know that's sort of like they've used two like sort of like species have used Earth as like a battleground, which them two have. I forgot the monster's name, by the way. But they both look great. I love the way the effects are, the visuals. I think it's great so far. Episode 1, it's giving me good vibes for the rest of the series. What else to say now? There's not really that much to say. As you can probably gather, I did like the episode. I'd probably give it, out of 10, about a 7. Because it's not really a strong story, but the way it introduced the new Doctor, I thought were great. And it's different. I'm not used to it. But I think it will grow on me pretty easily, I think, as the rest of the series goes on. And I do like the ending of the episode where they're floating in space. You thought that she was going to go on some sort of planet where the TARDIS would have landed and where the TARDIS landed and would look new and everything would be okay. But no, she thought she was going to take herself, but she took them three with her, and they're just floating in space. And it reminds me of sort of like a classic episode, if you know what I mean. If you've seen the classic series, that sort of ending when it's just when they're floating about. I'm sure that's happened before. It kind of reminds me of the Mind Robber, I think it is, where Jamie and Zoe are like hanging around the TARDIS console, but I don't know. There's one scene in Doctor Who that reminds me of, and I think it's really good. And just before I mention the last bit of this review, a costume was I like a costume. It suits her. She chose it pretty quickly, I must say. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for that. I was hoping that we'd see the TARDIS, even if it was just the outside, because I have actually seen a couple of months ago. I saw a couple of leaked photos of the TARDIS. I think they were the genuine ones, but I'm not gonna show it or anything. So I don't want the BBC to tell me off or anything. But I was hoping to see the TARDIS, which were a bit disappointing, and I was a bit disappointed that they didn't include their opening titles as well. I know that they had the credits and everything, but I wanted to see the new titles. From what I've heard from the credits music, the closing theme, if you must say, I'm not really a big fan. I like the classic bits, but it's just the drums that kind of drives me mad. I think they're a bit too loud. But before I make like a final judgment on the theme, I'm going to wait until I see the opening titles, which I think is going to be next episode. It should be anyway. So the TARDIS, I'm hoping that we'll see it in the first scene of the next episode, which is quite likely, or the second scene. I think we'll see it next episode, unless there's going to be some sort of story arc to finding the TARDIS every episode and failing, and then you finally find it in the finale, and then the next time we see it will be in series 12. I don't think that's possible, because apparently there's going to be no story arcs, but that could possibly happen. But I am pretty certain that we'll see it in the Ghost Monument, which is Series 11, Episode 2. And I can't wait for that episode, because it's just promising. It looks really, really good. The trailer looks great. That spaceship, it looks very cinema-like, and it's so impressive. yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, I think. Yeah, I think I've said everything about the episode that I want to say. So yeah, I'll be reviewing the rest of series 11. Hopefully I'll have the video out in like a day or two after the episodes have gone on TV. But we'll have to see, I suppose. So the next review will be The Ghost Monument. And if you like this review, please like it. Obviously, I really want to hear from you. So if you make comments, your own opinion would be nice. And subscribe if you want to. If you want to hear my opinion on the rest of the series. So on that note, I'm gonna leave now. And by the way, I have been busy, so if there hasn't been any videos for a few months, which I don't think there has on this channel, I'm really sorry about that. But I will be continuing my episode reviews from the classic series with the first Doctor, and I will be doing obviously the series 11 episode reviews. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next review.